Hi everyone, this is the Life and Law of Attraction coach Gagandeep Sidhu, and I welcome you all to the 5-day Unblock Abundance workshop. Hi everyone, welcome to day 2 of Unblock Abundance workshop. This is your life coach Gagan Sidhu. I'm sure the reality check yesterday I gave you made you think something, made you uncomfortable, or you had to introspect that what am I doing with my life? Why is it happening to me? I'm sure you already had these questions. So don't worry, we're gonna figure out that what have you been doing wrong? Why is that you've not reached a level where you should be in life, where people compared to you having lesser resources have more in life, be it love, be it relationship, be it money, be it health, or be it peace of mind. So we are going to talk about that today. Okay, so just to break the news that our 90% of our life is lived by our subconscious mind. We all have two parts of a mind, conscious mind and subconscious mind. You take a conscious decision to take a ride, and subconsciously, you drive the car, you take action, you brake it, slow it, and then you take a right turn or left turn, whatever you have to take. So that is being done subconsciously, and it is amazing. There is a you know a story, or there is a thesis that a human mind takes 35,000 decisions in a day, and beat 200 decisions related to food itself in a day, and remove 8 hours of sleep, which is approximately you're making a decision every 1.5 seconds. Isn't that huge? How do you do that? Are you aware about decisions you make? No. If you're making decisions, 200 decisions related to food, it's about that, okay, what not to eat, what to eat, how much salt is required, what is as per my diet plan. You're making it out subconsciously. That's the beauty of our subconscious mind, but that's where the real power is. That's where we are not trained that how to use its power. And we are being driven by our subconscious mind rather than we driving a subconscious mind and unblocking abundance. That's the objective that I'm going to talk about today. Unblocking abundance, identifying subconscious mind patterns. That's what we're going to talk about today. And before that, let me tell you a small story. I'm sure you all like listening to stories, and it gives you perspective, right? So once there was a man, you can say just like me, he had a long day, and he thought, okay, let's go for a walk. He from his home went for a walk. He went past 2 miles or 3 miles, and then suddenly he reached a park. Okay, he never noticed that park. It was around his house. He reached that park, and he said, "Oh, wish there is more greenery and more, soothing air which is flowing." And as soon as he says that, next moment he says another 10 steps. He said, "Lush green garden is there. There's so many plants, and it's all green. It is so soothing. He can smell, the soil, and there's some, great, aura of being in a happy mood." So as he's walking, he feels tired. He says, "Okay, now I'm tired. Maybe there is a big tree where I can sleep and take some rest." And as he says, he goes another 50, 100 steps, and he says a big, lush, growing tree, with its shade, around 360 degrees. And he sees that tree and he feels, okay, now I'm tired, I need to sleep. And he takes a nap. He sleeps for a while. Okay, and he gets up and he feels fresh. And now you had good sleep, you were tired, you had good sleep. What will you do? You say, okay, I wish I get some good food to eat, and that my favorite dishes would be amazing. And as soon as he says it, all the great food was right in front of him. Okay, and then he was hungry. He was had good sleep. He had good food, and as soon as he had good food, and it's human monkey mind, as you say, because it doesn't stop. He wished, oh, I wish I had my favorite drink here. And you can say whatever favorite drink. Maybe he had like beer, alcohol, whatever. And once he had the favorite drink, he was like, "Oh, now I am relaxed. I wanted good sleep. I wanted good food. I wanted good drink. I got it all." And he decided that let me now go. Go ahead. You know. So once he decides that to go ahead to keep his stroll going, and he develops a fear that everything what I'm saying is happening. It's good food. It's getting darker. I hope there are no thieves here. you know, and he's just walking across. And then he suddenly thinks, okay, maybe, I get some money also. And next, he sees that there's a bag full of gold. He picks it up. But subconsciously, he thought, maybe there isn't any thief around there. The next moment, the thief around comes there. All right. And then he thinks, they might take away everything from me, but I hope they don't kill me. And you know what happened? The moment he saw him, they took away everything and killed him. That's the end of the story. You're wondering, what is that? So, the story is about that man who was walking, he was sitting under a kalp vriksha. You all know kalp vriksha in historical terms? He was under a wishing tree, that whatever he was wishing, it was coming true. He wished for good food, good sleep, good drinks. He wished for money. He wished for, everything he was getting. And then suddenly he switched his wishing to the negative thoughts. That hope he doesn't get robbed, or maybe doesn't get killed. And that's what happened. Well, in today's world, we don't have a kalp vriksha, right? But we have a bigger power. We have a kalp vriksha. That kalp vriksha in your mind is your subconscious mind. Once you know how to train it, how to use it effectively, you can make your life wonderful, just like that wishing tree. It's all in here. It's just that you have to ask for it, fearlessly and believing it will happen. And it's easier said than done. I would surely say that, because we have been programmed to not believe things are easy, right? It's about the mindset. It's about the scarcity. It's about you have to work hard for relationships. It's about you have to work hard to earn money. And there's so many limiting beliefs which are there. So that's what the problem is. That's what you have been doing wrong. That's what we need to correct. But breaking news is subconscious mind can be trained, and it doesn't distinguish between real and false. Okay, what is true, what is false, what is real, what is fiction, what is good, what is bad. Whatever you're feeding it throughout the day, it is taking that into its software. And that's how it programs. As I said, 1.5 seconds per decision, that's how you are running your life. So, how do we change that? The first essential part is identifying your patterns. How do you identify your patterns? I'll share my own story. You know, I was living alone few years back, and for some friends said that they're coming over. I said, okay, welcome. I stay alone. It's good to have people around me. And I decided to cook. I decided, okay, I'll cook mushrooms. Okay. While I was cooking mushrooms, while I tossed it up, few pieces went down. Okay, they went onto the floor, and I just picked it and put them back into the pan. Right? Nothing wrong with that. Some people say 5 second rule, but I didn't find that problem. Right? But that was after few months or few years. I was like, that happened in front of my friends, and I picked it up. They said, no, what are you doing? It's unhygienic. It is not clean. And what are you doing that? And I realized, yeah, I did that subconsciously. Right? Because consciously we try and be, cleaner food, make sure everything is clean, neat and clean. But I did that subconsciously. But then I had to deep dive into that subconscious activity. I realized I had a bit of scarcity mindset, because whatever is going, you need to save it, because we are in India or anywhere in the world, we're given, you need to save, you need to make the best use of resources. Why waste something, right? There are two different. It doesn't mean that you waste everything. It's about the hygiene versus the waste comparison. Because if would have fallen sick, the medicines would have costed more to me than the mushroom which I was eating from picking up from the floor. So that's the interlinkage that we all need to find. And it took me some time consciously to make it a habit, right? Because consciously something falls down, you pick it up, you eat, or you keep it down there. I did that initially. That's where the problem is. And that's where I identified the problem. And next time onward, I was conscious about making that change. If it was happening, I used to stop my hand. Okay, no. Or anything for that matter. Anything which you realize maybe sending somebody a text when you're angry, right? You have to stop yourself because consciously you have to make that change, and subconsciously you will make it a practice. Good part is that subconscious mind can be trained by repetition and emotions. I'll say that again. Subconscious mind can be trained by repetition and emotions. So that's the good thing, that you have the power. But first of all, you need to find out where are you going wrong. You need to find out where are your resistance points and why are they. And I'm going to help you with that. Subconscious mind, as we say, it is driving a life 90%. It's like a two-edged sword. It is making good decisions for you, it is making bad decisions for you. But yes, you have the power to make it more on a good part. Right? So, as an activity for today, before we sum it up for today's session, as an activity for today, I want you to list down few things that few decisions or actions which you have taken subconsciously in last 10 days, 1 month, 1 year. List them out, maybe 20, 30 or 10, whatever you thought, and then classify them into good, bad and worse. Okay, so that's your activity. I'll send the details. The second activity is that once you have identified, just make a list of the actions you think you would be going to make subconsciously in coming days, which will affect your life in a good or a bad way or however way. So being aware. So that's the objective, is that you be aware. First of all, be aware of what action that you're taking. Second is that being aware that where you can take that subconscious decision and you can hold yourself back and make it right by making a conscious choice. And it is not going to happen overnight. Yes, let me assure you, it's not going to happen overnight. We can do that, right? And to give you a synopsis, how we're going to change these subconscious mind patterns, we can change subconscious mind patterns by repetition and emotions, but we need to inculcate some new habits, which we're going to talk about in coming 3 days, of course. But I'll give you a synopsis that if you're meditating, you will have a much better subconscious patterns. Okay, you can use visualization as a tool, which will help you, help you train your subconscious mind the right way. As I said, the subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between true and false, real and fiction. So you can train it. Okay. And the third tool is affirmations. It's about positive self-talk, and we're gonna talk about it in coming days. So for today, sum it up, we have done the reality check on day one. Today we have identified what we have been doing wrong. It's a reality check that subconscious mind, can be trained, and I'm here to help you do that change. All right, is it that make that commitment? First of all, assess what you're doing wrong, what decisions are you making subconsciously. Let's put them onto the piece of paper. That's the key essential. And what decisions you think are you going to make out in coming days basis your subconscious patterns. Okay, identification is the key, and then we move on to the next session. All right, I hope this session helps. We will get back into the group and do some activities, but stay connected for a daily dose of positivity, and we will help you unblock abundance in next 3 days. All right, so I'll see you soon tomorrow.